Hey guys, Keith War here. I'm in Titusville. I'm talking with a disabled veteran, Perry Febrero, and it's Wednesday the 28th of October 2015, and Perry's going to tell us a little bit about how he became homeless, living on the streets, and things like that. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for your service. I appreciate it very much. And I was in the Navy myself, and I see you were in the Navy. So tell people, how long have you been homeless?
Since 2012.
So you've been homeless about 3 years.
Yes.
And tell us how you became homeless, and please, I know I'm speaking quite loud, but I want everyone to be able to hear.
Yeah.
So don't feel that you're shouting, whatever. What we want to get your message out there because it's important.
Well, unfortunately, 2012, in January, I got laid off.
And where were you working?
I was working at a hydraulic place, making hydraulic hoses and stuff. And then in April, my wife died, and we were married for 24 years. And then in September, they whacked my leg off, and I had no income, no place to stay, nothing to do. I got kind of evicted, but I left before the eviction was really finalized. I just moved out into the streets.
Wow. And have you gone to the VA or some of the veterans charities and asked them for help?
Yes. Yeah.
And what do they have to offer?
The VA actually has a lot to offer, but it's all time. It takes so much time. Yeah, I mean, you're literally, okay, we'll put you on a waiting list, and
And the waiting list can be months to even years, and
it's actually like a 2-year waiting list minimum.
So a 2-year waiting list to get housing from VA.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm going to take the camera in so we can see a little better. And make sure we hear you, so that everyone knows what we're talking about and whatnot. And so the housing that was offered to you from the VA, was it in Titusville? Was it in Melbourne?
Actually, you have to apply for HUD VASH, and they said that I didn't qualify because they said, you're just low on priority.
Probably because you didn't have a family, you didn't have kids under a certain age, and I know a lot of people hear that.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you got kids or something, then it's a lot quicker. Unfortunately, my wife and I we never had kids. We chose to try to do other things, and maybe that was my fault. But it's all good.
So, what percentage of disability do you get from the VA for losing a leg?
Well, I got 30% originally, and then when they whacked it, they gave me another 10%.
So 40% total. So to let people know, how much is 40% in dollars and cents? How much do the VA say that you losing your leg is worth a month?
About $752.
$752. I don't know of anywhere in Titusville that you can rent even a 1-bedroom apartment for that. And even if you could, I don't know how you'd afford the water, the electricity, and then be able to feed yourself.
No, you can't. No.
So, do you get Social Security disability too?
No, I was denied because my injury is not classified. It was how they put it. Your injury does not meet our criteria as a disability.
Wow. How do you make it on the streets? How do you feed yourself?
People like that.
Right. People were nice enough to leave some food here at the park, still shrink wrapped, guys, which was very nice. But I can't imagine the $700 goes very far on the street.
No. I am fortunate. I have a couple friends, and they'll let me spend like a night there or something like that to do laundry. So I give them like $40.
And how often? How many days a month would you say that happens that you're able to get off the street?
About 8. About 8 days.
So, in a lot of ways, you're better off than a lot of other guys that I've talked to, having that 8-day break. But I would imagine your life is probably twice as hard with that leg. You were telling me when you get up in the morning and you have to go to the bathroom, you have to put the leg on first. You have to make your way.
I mean, it's not fun. It's not fun.
So, are you on medication from the VA?
No.
So, is that because you don't need any, or is that because you don't take it?
No, it's because they won't. They said no, we can't give it to you
because you're homeless.
Yeah.
So
they think I'm going to abuse it.
Oh, so it's a control, it's pain medicine or something like that, and because you're on the streets, your pain isn't as serious, I guess, or isn't a priority according to them.
Right.
Do people make you feel like you're a human being out here on the streets, or do you feel like a second-class citizen?
I don't even think there's a class for where I'm at.
So you're below second-class citizen?
Yeah. They just look at me and laugh, and they're like, "Oh, look at him! Go get a job."
Right, because you're a bum and you're worthless, and if you would just get a job, you wouldn't be homeless. And I've heard people say these types of things, that it's it's your own faults in a lot of cases, and if you guys would just get your shit together like others in the world, you would have a home too. But I think you especially have a lot of challenges, missing a leg, having your wife die, and being homeless. I don't even know where you would start, from here, like how you would even get on your feet, so to speak. I know you don't have both feet to get on, but how you would get a job, keep the job, be clean and healthy to be able to go to the job day after day, coming from living on the streets.
Yeah, that's all. It's all. And a couple of other people that I know, they're homeless. It's like, if I just get a break and just have a clean place to stay at night, and a kitchenette or something, and a place to take a shower, I can maintain and be out of there in a month or two. But we don't get that opportunity. There's no place that will allow you like a few weeks to clean up, and sometimes that's what you need. You need to be able to clean up and go to a job interview and be presentable. But if you don't have that option, they're going to turn you away at the door.
So you were telling me about something disturbing, and I know that people that watch some of my videos think that I'm against our local police department and so on, but I'm really not. You had a story that you wanted to share with everyone about an encounter you had with Titusville Police, and tell us about that if you could.
Well, it was just Well, I had a nice little camp place. And
You had a stove, right? A little propane stove?
yeah, like one of those Coleman stoves, and it had a little propane tank. And it was not far from where we're at right now. And, you know, it was used for like heating water and cooking simple things. And the police came in, and, you know, I heard them come in, so I went out the back way. And when I came back, there was 4 police cars out front.
And they destroyed your grill, didn't they?
They destroyed the grill, broke the propane tank up, and everything. So, you know, then I had to go find another one. So it took about 2 months to raise enough money to buy another one. You know? So for like 2 months, there was no hot water, nothing to wash with and stuff like that, because that's what I used for heating up water, to wash and dry to keep clean.
You know, all of us feel a certain way that we don't want our parks turned into homeless camps, and I'm sure you don't either. And you didn't when you think about back to when you did have a place. You don't want that to be the case, but at the same time, you're a human being and you have needs, and you can't help but need to sleep and things like that. You know, just bodily functions that cannot be avoided. Where do you lay your head at night? How do you keep safe and find somewhere to sleep?
Look around with you.
So the woods, behind a building.
Yeah.
And has anyone ever tried to steal your leg?
Yes.
So that's got to be a major concern, because if somebody runs off with your leg, you're not going to be able to chase after them to get it back.
No, I had to, actually, I crawled through the woods right over here because somebody took it. They were going to go to the recycling place
And get a few cents worth of whatever that is worth in scrap metal that you use to get around. And I know the VA does not replace those things at a whim. It's tough to get them replaced. People don't realize that.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a new one, and I've waited for like 9 months now, and they still haven't even taken the measurements to refit it. You know?
So how do you communicate with the VA? I saw you have a cell phone.
Yes, one of those phones that, like a government phone. Mm-hmm. And we call them Obama phones.
Okay. So that's how you're able to get a hold of the VA to schedule appointments and things like that?
Right, yeah, but you can't, I mean, if you call the VA,
right,
you're on hold for 30 minutes. You only get 200 minutes a month. And so, I mean, every time. So
that's a concern. Every time you call the VA, you can run your phone down to the point where you can't use it to call other important people that you need to call.
Yeah, because like, I get my minutes on the 24th of the month. All right? You know, if I call the VA twice, I'm done by like the 12th of the month.
Wow.
So I have another 12 days before I can make a phone call.
So, if people saw you out here on the streets and they could do any little thing that they could to help you out, what are some of the things that people could do to help you out?
You know, there's one thing, and it may not sound right, waving a smile.
So just being nice and treating you like a human being?
Yes.
And seeing you as a person?
Yes.
Well, I see you as a human being and as people and all of you guys. And that's why I'm out here talking to you. And I think I'd speak for everyone who watches this video that we'd like to thank you for your service.
It was an honor to serve. I served so others didn't have to. That's what it's about.
And I can't help but feel kind of let down by the way things are, seeing you on the street.
It'll get better. One day at a time. It will get better. Because I really believe there are people that care.
Wow. Wow, I really can't think of anything else. Is there anything else that you think people should know about your situation, or?
I think people should know, just because we're here, we're not worthless. We do have a lot to offer. Just give us a chance.
Well, I'd like to thank you for talking to me today. And I know it's been tough. And hopefully somebody will see you out here, and maybe they'll have some way, somehow, that they can help you.
They will. Somebody will.
And thanks, Perry. I really appreciate it, guys. This is his name, Perry Favreau. And he's missing a leg. You know, you can't help but notice him when you see him. Well, thanks, Perry. And I'll check in with you later, and we'll see how you're doing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.